He's a prick.
I'll put the hands up.
I asked him to put his hand up when he goes live because he never does it, and he
I
just
quite
starts. He'll go from speaking in his normal voice to his podcast voice, and I can imagine that has the start of the show, but I don't know because he didn't tell me.
Just when you're talking to the mic, just sit a bit back.
I hate instructions. You know how much
Also,
I hate.
you hate instructions coming from me as well.
Yeah.
Welcome to the D Trout Spinners podcast.
Welcome to the D Trout Spinners
I'm
podcast.
Mars Pennell.
I'm Gary Forrestal. And
the contributor.
Last time, I am a bloody good one. There's no contributor. We're both contributors or both presenters. What way around do you want it?
Co-presenters.
Last time, the listeners, as if there's listeners.
I haven't even done the shows yet.
I know.
I keep meaning to edit them.
Yeah, but when they listen back, like in their thousands.
In 2 years' time.
Yeah, 2 years' time.
When I eventually upload all of them.
Last time.
Including this one that you're listening to right now.
Absolutely. Last time, Miles had come down and he'd done the trek from London to Brighton. This time I've come up.
How much of a good friend I am.
Well, I've come up this time.
£9 that cost me at return ticket.
£9?
Yeah.
I pay £12 a day.
Yeah, but I actually get a rail card because I'm a bit
younger than me.
I'm a bit younger than you.
29, mate.
You're 29. Which actually brings me on to a good point.
We're going to Spa for his birthday.
We are. We've got
Can
to
you
do
believe
that,
that?
though, haven't we?
Can I just tell a story quickly?
Yeah, please do.
I came on.
You're allowed.
I went. Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say this. I came train and then I went tube. Now on the tube there was a busker. Not normal thing.
Leaves on the tube, was that?
Seen a busker. Loads of leaves. People were late. Busker, it's pretty good. Wasn't
Busking
playing
away.
Oasis, so I didn't because I didn't contribute. But he had a contactless payment point.
Seen them before, yeah.
And he said like tap for £2. What?
I know.
Tap for £2. I never seen that before.
Also, they could have chosen any amount for those things.
Yeah,
why
well,
does
up
that?
to 30.
Yeah, imagine if it was tap for 30 quid. If you really fucking like Oasis.
Is that wonderful?
Have
It's
you
like,
ever
you're
given
like
money
Noel
to?
Gallagher.
Have you ever given a homeless gentleman or?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What's the most you've ever given a homeless guy or woman?
I've been with
It can be any of
a
these
friend
days.
of mine. A friend of mine
Is
was
homeless?
walking with me. She leaded. She gave a tenner once.
A tenner.
Now I've never given a tenner. I've given £2 probably most. When the only coin I had was a £2 coin. And
What do you think that £2 went on?
It doesn't, whatever. I mean,
No, yeah.
but I did
that's
feel
cheap.
just one thing. Mars and I did we made something once, a show, a sketch. It wasn't a sketch. What would you call it? It was like
Sure.
a 5-minute skirt, and we needed a plastic arm. So we went all around all the charity shops and things for the plastic arm. And there was a clothes shop at the end of my street, or the end of the main street.
Peacocks, I believe it's
called. And she was
Other
very
cocks available.
she was very unwilling, but she was like, okay. She was like, okay, but you need a £50 discount. You need
No,
50 quid
deposit.
And so we walked back, and I got 50
funny.
quid. And now I did feel bad as we passed a homeless person. Whilst I was on my way to get £50 out of a cash point to hire a mannequin's arm
put
for
down
the
the
day.
deposit for a mannequin's
that was. I'm sorry. I know it's bad. But
Poor Sonia, she's probably sacked now.
was that Sonia? No, she
I
was.
don't know what
She
her name-
wasn't very nice, was she? Remember?
She was just difficult for no reason. So on a mannequin's arm for half an hour
Yeah, I think she thought we were going to commit crime. What crime could you commit
with
with
a
a mannequin's arm?
Unless it
You
was
probably
like
could.
we were trying to get a fake handprint for like a Mission Impossible style. Hello, bit of light going on. Anyway, you've joined us on a cold winter's
There's
day.
Miles there just telling about the light situation.
Yeah, it was. It's lights. So anyway, it is the 16th of November. It's a Saturday. It's
I don't
about-
think we should say the day actually, because we sometimes do these few weeks.
We'll have
apart.
to edit that
I
now.
think we'll edit that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
fine.
it's okay. And it is.
But why don't you edit that bit, but don't edit the bit me telling you about Eddie, and then they'll wonder what it was.
Or
that
anything
you,
else. We'll
Yeah,
just,
just edit the whole show out.
And it's Saturday. It's a bit cold. We're sitting outside.
Well, it's winter now, isn't
of
it?
the Camden Head pub in
It is. I'm
Islington.
officially in 4 layers.
Yeah. Are you 4 layers?
Yeah, I've got a sort of a.
Don't take it off. I
undervest
don't want
on
you to
with
see
it.
what you're wearing underneath.
Bit of
But we're
chest
not
hair.
here to talk about your chest hair. We're here to talk about.
Mars has got more body hair. If you wanted to know, that's just
They
a
don't
fact.
want to know. We're talking about the XFM shows of Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington of a Saturday. And
You're
specifically, we're talking about episode 2, And this was in
Of Series
August,
2.
Of
Episode
Series
2,
2.
Series 2.
Just to give you a bit of context. And this was recorded back in, what was it, like 2002?
2002, yeah.
Two, I wanna say,
no,
yeah.
I think it was 2003. I think it was 2003.
And what you're hearing there is an ambulance. Probably someone getting a...
I like the ambience of an ambulance.
Yeah,
Isn't that
nice.
a nice phrase? I've never said that before.
Yeah.
The ambience of
It
an
was,
ambulance.
no, it was 2003. Tell a lie, 2003. Bloody good year. What were you doing back in 2003, Gary?
I was working for Allied Irish Bank.
Yeah.
Was I? God, I don't know. Yeah, I was working for Allied Irish Bank doing account management.
Oh, good
I
job.
worked my way up quite quickly.
You're big.
And we had one of the account clients was Vinnie Jones.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Offshore, was he?
No, he's onshore.
He's onshore.
I mean, he might have offshore stuff.
You're scared of him, aren't you?
But that was back in the days when you didn't have money. He hadn't done like filth or
Mean Machine.
Mean Machine, yeah. The classics of the genre.
Love
I love film.
this this episode, to give some context, this was the first show that Karl Pilkington ever came up with Rockbusters.
Well, it wasn't Rockbusters, was it?
No.
Because it was a song title, not a band name.
Yeah.
But it was the antecedents.
And they get to know
Rockbusters.
they get to know Karl through 10 Questions, the James Lipton thing.
Yeah.
When you go, I like at the start when he goes, Karl, how old are you? He went, 29. What year is it? Oh,
yeah.
Where are we?
Where are we? 29 this month. No, next month. Where are we?
So they're sort of introducing Karl, and this is like he's sort of becoming a bigger figure, like we established like last episode.
Yeah, and actually, I think this is a very important show for like what became of the show, because this is important because this is the first show ever where Karl does a feature that involves audience participation.
Yeah.
Now, the classics of Rockbusters, Karl in a film, song, what is it?
Song with a story.
Song with a story, but no, the song with a story.
And the
he
song
wasn't
I'd like to play on the radio.
But he, songs of phrase.
Yeah.
They all stemmed from this show because this was a success, even though it wasn't actually that good.
Yeah.
The way it worked, it didn't work with him ringing up, and they came up with a great idea of them just emailing in. One thing I want to say is,
Say it.
Mars and I did a hospital radio show.
We did.
Wash your
World
hands.
famous.
Wash your hands. We had
Yeah.
to keep saying that every half hour, and we never
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
We said it about. We were supposed to say it, I think, 4 times a show. We said it about once every 8 shows.
How many times can you wash your hands?
I know.
In a hospital.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you just rubbing the forehead of every ill person that you're meeting?
Yeah. Stop.
Like Jesus.
Fiddling with patience. But
That was one of the taglines on our show.
one of the things I might come up with my own Rockbusters. Noah's never got them, but I will now. This show, I'm going to give some of my Rockbusters.
Email in. If you,
Who are they going to email? forestallhotmail.co.uk.
That one.
Just email me, because if I start getting random emails from people, I'll know that the show went.
Has been out.
It's FORRESTAL at hotmail.co.uk.
Yeah. We stick with that.
07900448766.
I'm definitely not getting. I'm not putting out my address or any of my contact details out online.
If you do, you're only putting them out to me because no one else is going to listen. And I know all your contact details anyway.
My favourite. Let's go some high points of the episode.
I've got some. I actually did some prep. I did some prep.
hell.
I know, it's amazing.
First time in a century.
Can I give mine and then you? Okay. So these are my 3.
I've got significantly less research done.
No, you prepared loads for this show. Mars loves preparing and I don't. So that's just something about us.
A little bit of difference, but also that keeps us together as friends. I like
Yeah,
to
it's
think.
like salt and pepper. They go
Yeah.
together, but they're not so the
They do.
same.
Michael McIntyre does a good bit about that.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He sort of says, there's the salt, and the salt's there, and he's sticking there, he's like, oh, I'm always being used. And then the pepper's there, and he's next to him, and they're like partners, and they're like friends. And then people are cracking up.
Yeah.
They're cracking up.
I'm not, if you notice.
Black pepper cracking
Maybe
up.
he probably tells it better than you.
I don't know if he does.
I don't know. He probably doesn't. Okay, these are my favourite. So, these are my favourite 3 quotes. Sorry about this. I hope it isn't urgent.
What's
when
that?
when he's saying about the letter. Sorry about this.
yeah.
I hope it isn't urgent.
So Karl's talking about And he's talking about myths and debunking myths. And
He's not debunking them, he's creating
He's
them.
creating them. But I bet that's not that hard to believe, is it? That a letter didn't get delivered.
Happened, but it is, sorry about this, open as an urgent, this is great. And then...
He says it so fast, doesn't he, as well?
I'll do this in the right accent. And they say to him, it's a listener, and they say, so what question have you got to come up with the answer to Karl's quiz? And he goes, no, I just wanted to say that...
He's not Irish,
He is Irish.
Oh,
He's
right,
literally Irish.
Right. I thought you were doing
No. I just wanted to say that I'm sure Simon Mayo used to do this. And then, I'm sure Simon Mayo used to do this. And Ricky, like... and then my absolute favourite is... Steve telling the story of, like, because Ricky talks about the boxing thing and how he's going to be a boxer, and then Steve says why he shouldn't be doing it, and he says, do you remember that time you just started choking? You were choking, like, I don't know what was wrong. You were choking. I couldn't, and then I said to you, what happened? And I said, it's something like, is something stuck in your throat? And you said, no, I swallowed some dust.
Fucking hell.
And Ricky, like...
But he's a hypochondriac, and I do relate to that, because...
You are, yeah.
Well, because he's... in one episode, they're talking about how they were in the doctor's waiting room surgery, waiting for Ricky to get his balls done, like, tested. Now, I've had...
Can you imagine us in that...
I would come
with you. I would come with you.
Thank you very much, but I wouldn't invite you.
Well, I want to come. Can I come? Please?
I've been 4 times. And the most pathetic of those times was I was going there to get my I had some stitches on my finger. On my finger, and I was having them removed. These stitches.
Why just a little backstory? Why did you?
I cut my finger cutting some limes.
That's so you. Was this making some tapas? Because I know Miles. He loves those fancy dinners. Shared kitchen.
I do like a fancy dinner, mate. But
he was making some lamb last time I saw him on site.
Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't lamb. It was duck.
Oh, duck. Sorry,
hand-roasted
duck.
That I cooked, and then you sort of let it reduce.
I don't like duck.
That's just one of the differences between. It's probably why we get on so well as well. And so you let all the fat sort of come out of it, and then you chuck your potatoes in.
That's called rendering.
Yeah, you render. Yeah, all right. You render your duck, right, on a cold pan. Always important that. Always stick it on a cold pan, listeners. And then once you've emulsified the fat, rendered it as it were, you chuck your potatoes in, you're part boiled, and you just let them cook.
Parboiled.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's nice.
I actually do think this, and I would never say something nice about Miles, but I'm going to say I think he's a very good cook. We went to Edinburgh, and Miles was saying before, like, oh yeah, we'll just get some ingredients. Like, imagine us, the state we were in every evening. Imagine us actually getting some ingredients. So he never actually cooked, but he was going to cook, and I imagine he's a good cook because he tends to describe.
In saying that.
Was that necessary that you moving the mic 3/4 of an inch?
Don't reference it.
I will reference it. I'm sorry.
Well, I will cry. I like the one, but
I'm getting married in the morning. We don't have to always do Gervais quotes. We can. If anyone, let's not say what that quote comes from. If anyone happens to know it, get in touch.
All right.
You're amazing if you know that quote because it's little.
Yeah, it is.
Those are my 3 favourite moments. Do you have any favourites?
Yeah, I'll just getting on to that. I liked it when Karl's talking about he likes talk about the like where phrases come from. What is the word for that?
Sayings, they call it.
Yeah, no, but when you're at the root of the word, the ontological.
The etymology.
Etymology. I did that English language. I got a 2-1. Thanks very much.
Yeah. I had to tell him just now on a podcast.
Oh, tired.
5 years later.
No, we're still
drained today.
Go on. Drained today. He's like chucking the baby out with the bathwater. So he says, this is ages ago. Literally
Steve has a
ages
good
ago.
We have lost 3 children this way, Jack.
He's saying. So you let the bloke who's come down the mine, and he has the bath. He has the bath first. This is a time when there's like tin baths, allegedly, still to be.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Tin baths.
And then so you get in that, and he's like all sort of covered in grease and grime, and then it's the woman's turn because she's been in the house all day, and so she wants to have a little bath. She's been a bit sweaty, and then then little baby goes next.
Because he's done nothing to help this family.
He's nothing to do, and he's got little grubby knees.
But to be fair to
and
Karl...
then they go, and then and they just pour it away, chucking the baby out of the bathwater.
Yeah, but to be fair to Karl, like, because Karl, the bit that's not true, but the bit that is true that they're saying isn't, is they're saying like, oh, because the little grubby one, the man who's covered in grease, you go in first,
yeah,
and then whereas, and they were doubting that, they were saying the baby would go in first, then the woman, then the man, but I'm sure it was the man, and then the woman had to bathe in the man's dirt, and then the baby had to. So that probably bit is true. I used to do it when I was younger, when we would share bathwater. I've done that.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened once?
What?
I was actually sharing a bath with my brother.
Did your mum chuck the Gary out with the bathwater?
my mum bought a lady
she
back.
She tried.
I was having a bath. Mum bought a lady back, and I drowned nearly.
Scissoring. Sort of.
No, this is even worse actually, what I'm going to say. My brother was in the bath with me. We were about 4 and 2. He's back, and he did a poo in the bath. And it was, I jumped out. Adam's done a poo, Adam's done a poo.
Oh my god.
He did, yeah.
If Adam listens, he's not going to enjoy that story at all, is he?
Well, he won't listen. He could listen. Can I just say another thing about this episode?
Please do.
That is actually, it's not always the case with these episodes. The music, brilliant. I'm just going to read out some of the artists they play. Cat Stevens, Toto, actually a really good Toto.
Is that
Oasis.
Africa?
It's not Africa actually. It's down the line or something. Oasis, Iggy Pop, The Hives, very good song by
like
The Hives. The Streets, the best of the Streets.
Which Streets song?
I can't remember, but it's the Streets. The White Stripes, Blur, Feeder.
Yeah.
Coldplay, and I know a lot of people will not like Coldplay, but that is a great.
Yeah.
I mean, we did show that's similar to what we would have played.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, probably to less listeners. To less listeners.
Welcome back.
Well, there's it on just then. Oh, you little
Gary.
tinker.
Gary, they do James Lipton's 10 interview questions from inside the actor studio.
They do. Could I just say, just before you do that,
please do.
I've decided, because I was going to do some of my classic Rockbusters on this show,
Classic.
because
Who
we
said
got a
they're
couple
classic?
of features. Well, I did just then, so it must be. But I'm going to save them till next show. I'm just going to do one though.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. See if you can get it.
All right.
I did this before. Oh, you haven't got an Acer? I'll get that one then. A.
What's
I haven't got
Acer?
an Acer as a type of computer. It's an easy one. It's quite an easy one. Could not be a bigger artist.
Aerosmith.
Why would that make sense?
Say it again. I have got an Acer.
Oh, you haven't got an Acer? Okay, I'll go for that one. A.
Oh, fucking hell.
Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
Adele. I'll get Adele. Adele computer. It's a good one.
That is very good, that one.
James Lipton.
Oh, I was trying to think of computer brands, and all I could think of was Apple. But there's not a band called Apple, is there? Might be now. Gary, and I think people want to sort of get to know us as presenters. Well, I don't know that for true, but we're 3 episodes in, so I think it might be quite nice for people to know who you are.
I like fish.
All right. Well, I won't do all these because there's 10 of them.
No, don't do all of them.
Because I'll get bored. What's
Name.
What's your favourite word?
My favourite word?
No one's ever asked me that before. If you can guess that sound, listeners, you're a better man than I.
Yeah.
I thought it would be quicker than this. You sort of
Yeah. Well, I quite like. But it sounds arrogant, but it's not at all. But I quite like the word misanthrope.
Misanthrope to mean someone who hates humanity.
Yeah.
Wonder why you thought that.
It's weird, isn't it?
What turns you on?
You. I'd have thought. Oh
God.
Pete.
One of the reoccurring comedy characters here.
Well,
what's it called? Spinners? Detroit Spinners?
Detroit Spinners. Yeah. The welcome to Spinners. Doesn't quite make sense. I'd say I've been watching a lot of darts recently.
Does that turn you on?
Yeah. It doesn't mean in a sexual way. They don't ask Karl
It means
that.
also you turn it on as well.
They don't ask Karl that.
These are part of the
James
questions.
Lipton. Yeah, darts.
What sound do you love?
I like the sound of rain on a window. Love it. Genuinely, that's
No,
my
me
favourite
too.
sound.
Do you like watching thunderstorms?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Do you
you
want to
want
come
to
round
I
one
don't-
day and watch a number? Imagine if we got together just to watch
it could
Thunderstorm.
happen, legitimately, because we spend a lot of time out in the
Well,
rain.
I'll tell you this: when we went to Edinburgh, I didn't like the sound of rain on the window then, because then it came through the
Came
window,
through the
literally.
window. We might mention
into
that
the
again.
flat.
What's your favourite curse word? Your colourful language. What's in your terminology?
Does he ask that? James
Yes,
Lipton?
yes.
Does he really? I like his one with Kevin Spacey. My favourite curse word is probably balls.
Balls?
Yeah, balls.
I like that because
Yeah,
it's kind of
it's-
harmless
no,
as well.
it's
It's
harmless.
kind of fun. I am a big fan of the C word. I do. Because I think I
You
like
have almost never used that in my company, and I've never used it in yours.
I like it because when you use it, you mean it. And it's short, sharp, it sounds, it's monosyllabic, it's
so
one
offensive,
syllable.
though.
Is it? Do you think it
Yeah.
is now still?
Yeah. Miles, I just wanted, because obviously Miles doesn't use the C word, but Miles does use the N word a lot.
That's so not true.
It's not true.
That's so not
It's
true.
not true.
Edit that out. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt? I mean, let's just to put this in context. You don't have an occupation at
I will
present.
student. No, actually, I'm not.
Student brackets funded
I'm
by
not
everyone else.
No, funded by the Economic and Social Research Council. Actually, are you?
All my students.
I would probably. Do you know what I'd like to be? In all seriousness, a teacher. That's one thing I'd like to try.
I can imagine. I would
I
agree
would
with
like
you
to be
there.
a good teacher. Would I
What
not?
profession would you not like to do? Well, any other profession. You're a lazy.
Do you know? And it's just, this is in no way because of the status of this profession. Like, because I could do, if I really needed to, I would work
Toilet
in
cleaner.
a supermarket. I would if I had to. Obviously, I don't.
I'll tell
But
you
if
what.
I
You
did,
wouldn't.
I've
You
worked
wouldn't
in
be
the
the best. You
supermarket.
wouldn't be employee of the month.
I was literally the opposite. When I worked in Asda,
I know, you told me this
they
before.
put me through the till, a mystery shopper through our till, and they give you a percentage. I got like 30%,
I would have given you lower than that.
and it was pinned in the staff room wall. Like Gary
that's
Forrester
so-
got this,
that's humiliating, your
but
first
luckily
compliment.
someone on the fish counter also did really badly. So it was a joint.
I love that it was the fish counter.
I left after that.
Oh.
How bad can you do on a fish counter? Yeah, do you know?
Well,
what I
you
mean?
got to say, would you like some hazard?
No, but just to answer the original question, the thing I would least like to do because of the stress of it is a bartender.
I've done
I
it
could
next.
not do. You haven't done
it.
that.
Yes, I have.
No, Nero's not.
No, I've done it before though. I used to work for an
Have you?
events company. Yeah, I was a bloody good barista. I'll have you, bartender. I'll have you know.
You're
all
not,
the
we're not in.
drinks.
We're not in Italy.
Gin, and then there's gin and tonic.
Was it
and then
Chris
there's gin and
Chase?
lemonade.
Chris Chase kept
He
coming.
loved that. He loved that. And the last one I'm going to ask you, Mr.
Imagine if Chris
Gary,
Chase sued us because of this. I'd love that. I'd love
Oh,
to hear defending that in court. Get the
and
publicity.
The last question: if heaven exists, what would you like to God to say
Well,
when you arrive at the pearly
I
gates?
just want to say that I'm not sure about that, but I absolutely
And Karl's answer,
love
you're not gonna be able to
Karl's.
trump-
I
yeah.
absolutely love Karl's response. Just be friendly. That is. I can't do better than that. That is so. It's so beautiful because they haven't like set that up. Karl. That's the beauty of Karl. He's so childlike as well as, but in a lovely,
Yeah.
in an intelligent way. He's
Yeah.
childlike.
Now that everyone's got to
Now
know
the
you,
smoke has cleared.
literally.
Now literally the smoke has cleared.
I feel like that's a very small sign, though. I have to say, I've just been to the toilet. Sorry, complete silence. I've just been to the toilet, and the seat.
Sorry, is this your autobiography?
No,
like audio recording?
It's
or-
just a nice segue. Talking of shit, I've just sat on the toilet,
That's,
and there was no toilet seat.
you went for a full toilet.
A full toilet, one toilet, and there was no seat on the toilet. Thy toilet, there was no seat. Who getting locks? Understand getting rid of locks. Get it? Fine.
What?
You're taking locks off toilets
Why?
because people do drugs and shit.
Yeah, that's true, but you'd still need a lock in the toilet.
Well,
what
of
you've
course,
got to
so
do
I'm not saying I condone
what you,
it, I just
what you
would-
want to do to reduce the drug use is instead of having flat surfaces like this, like I'm showing Mark's like a flat surface, you put it at 45
On the
degrees
side,
down
yeah.
so you can't,
You can't snozzle. But who the hell is A, stealing toilet seats or not putting them there? If you're going to do drugs, I'm not going to do it off a toilet seat.
No, they didn't take that away. That must have been an error. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they go, we're an upper class establishment. We didn't believe in toilet seats. Get rid of them.
Like there was a cleaner there. She was just doing the hoovering, and then she, by an error, took the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Away. In an error.
Oh, so now I've got cold bum.
Oh,
Cold bum.
Is this to do with the episode we're talking about?
No.
I like it. Hang on, can I just say I like it when we digress, but not to your bottom.
I've got a really bad stomach, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested,
Yeah.
If Gavascon are listening,
Yeah. And stop with the N-word as well. Just
Please
stop it. Please stop it.
Gary, one of the recurring themes in the show is obviously Ricky laughs a lot. This is not a new thing. He finds a lot of things funny, and if I was put into a room with Mr. Karl Pilkington, I would probably laugh at everything he says.
But can I just say one thing actually that speaks to us as presenters? Over the years I've known you, Miles has developed Ricky's laugh.
That's not true.
I promise you it's true, and it's not a criticism. Like, there's a lot of affectations I have of people, but Miles laughs like Ricky like he never used to. I've known Miles since before he knew the podcast. And
it's
he does
probably
laugh.
It's
an affectation.
It's an affectation, and it's probably subconscious, isn't it? Because you do, if you listen to something and you condition yourself enough, it's like if I suddenly started working in Somerset, I might.
Well, I went to something. Do you know PGL?
No.
Peter Gordon Lawrence. They talk to each other. It's a summer camp for kids.
Okay.
Run by I'm not even going to go down that road. But anyway, we went, and it's international as well. And this Dutch kid called Joey, even I'm not doing this deliberately, but Joey. Every time I was with Joey, we spoke like this because she spoke like this, and it was so hard not to speak.
Like sort of gold member
like Joey
language.
Gold member? No.
He talks like he's Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. Yeah, whoever's Dutch.
You
think of somebody, Robin van Persie. Mars doesn't know him, but it's football.
So, Gary, I'm going to now play
What's your point, Mars?
My point is, so laugh. Ricky laughs a lot, and this is how you determine whether someone's a super fan or not. And I'm not talking super fan, I'm talking like ultra super.
No, hang on. If I don't get... Could I just say this?
Yeah, I know, I'm not saying
I
that.
want to say, Mars has compiled laughs of Ricky, and he's going to ask me to guess where they come from. Now, I would just say this. If you're going through and you listen to a bit and then Ricky laughs after it, you would swear on your life, you would swear to yourself, oh, that's obviously after that bit. But I promise you, if I played you that laugh out of any context, you wouldn't get it. It is not possible to get
That's why I said
laughs.
you'd be like an ultra crazy super
we are.
fan. Yeah.
Sort of. But don't set it up so like some mystical fan has this level of ability.
Hey, look, it's fine. I want people to listen to this to be bigger fans than us, but not to do another Arrival podcast.
But could I just can we just say that legally, because we can sue.
Yeah.
I know the court system.
He does.
I just want to say to you, and just to put the last thing I'll say before you start playing them, which I'm looking forward to, is that if I played these laughs to you and I
wouldn't get them.
You wouldn't get them.
No.
So anyway,
so here we go. This is number one. Thanks for setting it up. Such a positive atmosphere. It's just a bit.
That's just me, really.
This is just a bit of fun.
Just
as
a bit
well.
of fun, really. I made it.
Okay, here we go. Number one.
I can't.
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
That's he's always having another bad face day. Karl talking about the Elephant Man.
Okay, yeah.
Next one, number two. Good start.
Oh, now.
I'll play it again. One more time.
This is so hard because there's so many. I don't know. What is it?
It's ending because it's not Cheapest Chimps number two.
So say it again. What is?
It says it's Cheapest Chimps. The second one. He's saying it's ending.
Oh, it's ending because it's not Cheapest Chimps.
Yeah. Third one.
They're so similar. Come on, what are you doing to me here? I love hearing it, but I don't know, mate.
It's Karl talking about Steve and Men in Black.
One of my favourites. I don't laugh a lot.
He's gangly.
He's gangly.
Gangly. Next one.
This is impossible,
It's
but I
so-
love it. I love the feature. It's a genius feature you come up with, but I don't know.
So that's
mate.
postage and packaging is included.
Postage and packaging. Oh, with the
cheap buying
tiger
a
when he
chip.
buys a tiger.
Yeah, buy postage and
Postage and packaging.
Here's 100 grand. Now get me a tiger. Get me a
know,
tiger.
apologies.
The next one. It's actually good. This is a good feature. Come on! You got it.
No, play it again. Play it 2 times. Do you know, I absolutely... When you say this, I would know, but I cannot. I just
Okay.
can't go on.
The thing is, it's actually run by a couple of chimps.
Yeah,
Talking about buying a spa.
the spa. This now you expected that, but it's actually run by a couple of
Yeah. Next one. One more time.
There's no way I'm going to get that. I just love hearing Ricky's laugh, so I'm happy for this
So that's,
feature to go ahead.
That's him when he's talking about a chimp joining the army.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Next one. There's
Yeah.
3 more to go. Thrice.
I could do
I
this
want you to
feature
get-
for 5 hours. I'm not going to get one, mate. There is no way.
I know, but I
it's
just want you to
impossible.
just get one.
It's an impossible feature. So
Get one.
get one, you little
Here
slug.
we go. It's tip of the
Play it
tongue.
again. Play it again. Give me a clue.
If I say bike, would that help?
Not the moving man.
No.
His bike.
Bike. Monkey news.
Oh, the where he bikes to Brighton from London to
Tricycle.
Brighton.
Little tricycle fella.
London little tricycle. Yeah. Okay.
Well done. I'll give you that.
It's just so random, but I love it. But I don't know, mate.
It's
If
actually-
any listener gets any of these,
I know,
email me.
Email me and at
Because I will.
.co.uk. Lots of noise in this pub establishment.
But I like it. It's ambience.
Yeah, is it?
Too much. But it's too much.
Too much atmosphere. He's actually a holder
We've
of a
been-
PhD of physics.
Yeah. Okay. We've been told off once already in this.
Yeah,
but
that's true
anyway,
enough.
yeah. We'll
Last
soon
one.
be moving tables. I can tell you that.
100%. Next one. Last one.
I know that. This is so hard, but I so know it. But anyway, I just can't. What is it?
Tried it on with his wife. Had to thump it on its head. Drag artist who has 2 chimps.
brilliant.
So if you're going up in Manchester with 2 chimps, so
It's a shame we've done that feature now because
you'll never
can't
get to do it again.
But the thing is,
I might
that
do another version of it though.
Miles is. I think it was your idea. It might have been, but anyway, one of our ideas was that we might do this still. Is we would cut up the segments of this show with Ricky's laugh, and I still think that's a good idea. It was your idea to come up with.
Yeah, thanks so much. So many of my ideas are good ideas. You'd say that.
Don't endorse that.
Any so
I need a piss. I've ruined a piss.
deserved a piss. I think no, I might do this again, but that was kind of more monkey news based. But if you've got any of those
hang
laughs,
on.
honestly, just get in touch with
If
us.
I'd
because
known
those
they
are
were all
great.
monkey news based, I would
Well,
have
they
had a
weren't
better
all monkey
idea.
news
No, they
based.
weren't.
Some of them were. But I think the great thing is like Ricky has got such. Oh, what's the word? Such his voice. It just.
Infectious.
It's infectious, and some people find Ricky Gervais's voice laughs annoying. But I actually think a lot of people listen to them when they're. I find it so comforting, and I think one of the main reasons why the show is so good is because it's so. It's infectious because you're laughing along with Ricky because it's ludicrous.
And actually, I was it kind of on general laughter as a theme. Hopefully, laughter is a theme of the show, but I doubt it. But anyway, I was watching an episode of QI. It does relate to what we're saying. Whereas they were talking about laughter and how women laugh more than men, but women laugh
Sexist.
at men don't. Women don't. Yeah, it's racist. Racist. But what they were saying is, and Jimmy Carl's making this point. He's dissected laughter, and he makes a great point. When you just dissect a joke, it's like dissecting a frog. No one cares, and the frog dies. Like no one cares about dissecting a joke, and the joke dies. But he was saying what he still dissected it. What he said was that laughing is a very social activity.
Yeah,
now, if
yeah,
you
yeah.
when I listen on my own to the podcast,
So it releases endorphins.
yeah,
I always find
but
that.
hang
if
on,
we just-
but when I listen to podcasts on my own at home, and most people would do this, you'll find it really funny, but you
Yeah.
probably won't laugh. Whereas if you're with more than one
Yes.
person watching, say, a comedy show, that's why comedy shows
Yeah.
you laugh. if you're watching the comedian on YouTube at home, like you still find it as funny, but you don't laugh out loud.
How would
Laughing
you explain
out loud.
watching Miranda at home
exactly.
with your mum and your nan?
That's like suicidal depression.
And
your
Margaret,
mum and your nan.
Your mum and Laura who lives next door.
But you know, you say nan, it's funny because the other comedy we don't like is Mrs. Brown's Boys. My grandma has never watched a comedy in her life, as far as I know, apart from like Dad's Army. But she absolutely loves. She absolutely loves Mrs. Brown's Boys. She absolutely loves it. But that's for that older generation.
I've ever met. But I've never.
But there are loads of people. We just don't know them.
Yeah.
Except my nan, who I know.
Did she vote Brexit as well?
No, she didn't. But her husband did. Freddie.
Okay.
Oh my God, Freddie voted Brexit.
Starr, his name was.
Not Freddie. No, Freddie voted Brexit. My God, he voted Brexit.
2 ballot boxes.
Let's not get political, because most of our fans are right wing.
Yeah.
I should have cut that
out. How will you be voting in the election?
Well, I'll probably be voting. The Brexit Party aren't standing much. Actually, they are. But I'll be voting Green. But that's just anyway. You can vote whatever way you want.
Whatever you want.
My mum, Conservative.
Is she?
Gay woman. Seriously, I know it's like a serious point, but
she's a Bojo fan.
She is more of a fan than she says. What she says is she'll do anything to stop Corbyn getting into power. And do you know why? Because she started listening to LBC, and I told her, the phone call ended at this point. I said, "You have been brainwashed in exactly the way they wanted to brainwash people."
What was she listening to?
She said, "No, I'm just going."
Well, she wasn't listening to what, James O'Brien?
The only LBC person, and I told her, the only LBC person who she doesn't like is James O'Brien. The only LBC person who I do like is James O'Brien.
Yeah.
She has been brainwashed.
Says it all.
Nick Ferrari, she doesn't like Farage, but she's still voting Conservative.
It's so weird, isn't it, what people vote?
And that has told me, that's the sampling that I've done, but that is enough that my mum, who didn't vote Conservative last election, she's voted Conservative, it's gonna be a huge landslide for the Conservatives. So,
we don't know that, and I always like to tell my listeners.
No, earlier today he said he wasn't bothered.
I always like to tell my listeners, stay positive.
Whose listeners?
Our listener. I like
he
to. He
can't even get it out.
I like people to stay positive. I want people to have a PMA, positive mental attitude. That's what I call it, and I just abbreviate that right there, and I do that. Just have a PMA, and let's think of positive solutions.
Like Chris Akabusi.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
That's pathetic. He doesn't know anyone. If they're ever involved in sport, even though Chris Akabusi's done loads in sport.
Why would I suddenly know people who are in sport?
Chris Akabusi is a very famous person.
Why would I know that?
But the point,
David Beckham.
The point I'm saying is Chris Akabusi has not been known for sport for 20 years, yet he happened to be in sport once, and still, if happened to be in sport once,
why would I know
unless Bob Mortimer says Adrian Lewis, fucking me pie.
Do listen to Atletico Mints.
Yeah, really good
It's
podcast.
very good.
I mean, they'd give us a shout out probably for this.
They probably would. I'll have words. Anyway, we're meant to be talking about Ricky Gervais' XFM shows.
Soon Miles will be getting hit with a restraining order from Bob Mortimer.
Yeah.
To keep contacting him.
One day we will actually start talking about these shows.
Yeah. No, hang on. We talk loads about the show. I like having a little bit of difference at the end.
Also, I like it because it's sort of skirting around it. It's sort of like fuller. It's like a 3-course meal.
And do you know what the main thing I'm thinking at the moment? I really want to wee. So let's
wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been the D-Trout Spinners, and I've been Miles Pennell, and there's also been another person here, and he can mention his name if he wants.
Nameless.